back live. And I'm going to go to your calls right now. And then coming up, scientist arrested for smuggling vials used in Ebola research into the United States. That's out of the French news agency. I mean, I see these stories every 2 or 3 days. The army caught sneaking around anthrax. Some other government group caught with foot and mouth weaponized. Some other government group or private company trying to mix bird flu with vaccines. Top scientists saying the virus is engineered that popped up 3 weeks ago. And they're building more of these labs everywhere, more plausible deniability as they release things to have scares, to push vaccines on us, and to get more control and federalization, but also to then release real attacks in the future. We'll continue to cover Bilderberg later in the next hour. I've got a huge stack of mainstream news. This is unprecedented. We're winning. The mainstream media has gone from saying none of this existed, there's no global government, to having to admit it all. And then now they still criticize us when we talk about it? They have no credibility. They're losing credibility. And so many people are compartmentalized inside mainstream media, they're not even really bad. They were ignorant, believing the official line. They're waking up. Very, very exciting. Okay, let's go to Jared in Texas. Jared, thanks for holding her on the air.
Thanks, Alex. It's awesome to be here. I'm a first-time caller. So, anyway, I wanted to talk about something that is a little bit exciting to me. I didn't know if you'd heard it, but do you know the history of Abraham Zapruder at all?
He's got some spook background, right?
I actually, I'm not that sure, but what I did want to point out, and I thought this was interesting, it was relevant in the sense that, it's kind of a pattern the financiers go in and they like to control both sides. They like to be able to show the horror that they do, And I was watching
I have no doubt that the establishment was filming it. I don't know if they've released those footage, but some have speculated that Zapruder, shot it and then Time Life had it and then it was allowed to be leaked through certain people who didn't even know it was being leaked through them. But then people say, I was allowed to sneak into Bohemian Grove. And if I was unknowing. And, they just hold on just a minute, because I'm trying to explain this thought here, since you bring up this, random point here, but it's important. I snuck into Bohemian Grove because I'd read how others have been caught. And reporters always try to go in. Most of them get caught trying to get through the 3 guard fences. I went around them and got on a trolley from the parking lot. It's only past 1 checkpoint. I went around 1 checkpoint, acted like I was normal, got on one of the flatback trucks. We videotaped it. It's in the film, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. It's comboed with The Order of Death, 2 films on 1 DVD, but side issue. I got in, drove through the other checkpoints. They looked at us. I smiled at them, was calm with Mike Hansen, who was also calm, did a great job. We got in to the main facility, and then I didn't run around trying to be social. These reporters, the last one for Vanity Fair that got arrested, he got arrested. His article's out, and he admits they were homosexual activity, and it was a bunch of, that's what goes on there. He admits that they're doing that. But the point is, he tried to go in and be social with these people. They walk up and say, who are you with? What are you doing? And I had Secret Service. I had Sheriff's County deputies that, by the way, the last guy that got arrested was Sheriff's County deputies. People are like, where's your footage of this, Alex? You have footage of everything but that. No, I've got a camera with a 1-hour tape. I start taping, I pull up, I get in, I get in the truck, I go in. I've got a little button, because this is 2000, stuff wasn't hidden, very good hidden camera. I got a little button I hit that supposedly starts the hidden camera. But I've got a bag here with the hidden pager on the front of it, and I'm squeezing the button and it didn't tape. That's why the ritual's off at an angle. Like, people are like, why isn't it high fidelity with, first they denied it was even real for years, but then now they admit it's real. And so I go through that as well. So just to say Abraham Zapruder faked it is unfair, because I don't believe in charging people with things with no evidence just because it could be a possibility and then it becomes a reality. Regardless, let's just, for the sake of argument, say I faked the Bohemian Grove. That is, they let me in, I shot the video. Now, that's not true, but for mental illness' sake, let's just say it is. Now, can we address world leaders having homosexual orgies and worshiping owl gods and running around in the woods naked, admitting they do? Can we address that instead of Alex Jones, the one guy able to get in and get out with the goods? And, I give all the glory to God on that. People just can't believe, that Charlie Sheen calls me up and comes on. Jesse Ventura we run into. Willie Nelson calls up and comes on. That I'm in a movie with Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and all these other, and Woody Harrelson and all these other people. And I mean, people can't believe that. People couldn't believe when I shot Marines doing urban warfare takeovers, training with role players screaming, "I'm an American, please don't put me in the camp." It's all real. I just got on an airplane, flew there, and shot it. People don't believe that's a real police chief I interviewed in San Antonio, saying they tried to pay him off Delta Force. You could call. That was a real police chief, Al.A. Philippus. I was in his office. But they don't make a phone call to find out that's really Al.A. Philippus. They just say, not real. Now, I'm not saying you're doing that. You just got me off on a rant there. This is mental illness. And what it is an excuse for the Patriot movement to not become leaders. Instead of them going out and fighting the Patriot Act and the New World Order and open borders and the globalists and the bankers or going to Bilderberg or starting a blog or a radio show, they sit back and talk crap about everybody else. That's been going on lately. They sit back doing that, and they sit back nitpicking and critiquing everyone who's in the arena. I need people to get in the arena. Okay? And a lot of people are too far gone to ever get in the arena. They want success so bad, but they can't get in the arena to get the success. And then watch what you ask for, folks. Now, all of this is going on, and I've already digressed. Well, what is the point of the phone call, sir? Let's just say Abraham Zapruder is absolutely evil. Let's just say it. But the point is, why did the military-industrial complex kill Kennedy is the question. Go ahead.
Okay, well, all I wanted to share with you was a detail. They made us watch a documentary in 12th grade. This was about 4 years ago. And even my teacher at the time was questioning why they made us watch it, because it was graphic, it was digitally enhanced, it was Kennedy's, it was his assassination, And there was a photo of Zapruder in that film, and it was interesting because, I believe in 9/11, that's glaring. It's like, how can you not deny that? But, how could you deny it when it's so obvious? But, anyway, he was wearing, actually, in this picture, a Masonic lapel. It had the G, it had the compass, and the 90-degree ruler. And I thought that was really interesting. It actually really made my head pop. And the thing is, I searched for it on the Internet, and I'd only found a couple references to that. And I just wanted to know if you'd ever heard about such a thing.
No, I hadn't. I can't remember the stuff where I've heard from credible people, but they're not sure. From Jim Mars and others about questions about Zapruder.
Yeah, I just.
But that's basic. But I mean, it's questions. I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead and talk. I'm sorry I went off on that tirade, folks. That's what happens when I'm at information overload point. Sean in Minnesota. Sean, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for taking my call. First-time caller.
Thanks for calling.
Yep. Well, I'm here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I woke up this morning about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I walk outside and look to the sky, and what do I see? A nice little spider web to brighten my day.
And people always denied that there's chemtrail spraying starting in the mid-'90s, but then now the government
says, why do they do that?
Now now just like they denied Bilderberg and they denied CFR existed and they denied New World Order, they denied the European Union even existed for decades before they openly set it up and announced it, because it's a military tactic. Instead of ever debating should they be terraforming and altering the atmosphere, they just say nothing's going on, nothing. And now though they're going, yeah, we've been doing tests to spray these particulates and give you a sunscreen to stop the dangerous sun rays from hurting you and the earth. And they give excuses in textbooks of, we're spraying you to stop, the ozone layer got holes in it, and all of this happened, and so we've got to do this, and we've got to cool the earth because of greenhouse gases, and the White House says we may have to start doing this, and then it's exactly what they announce is exactly what they've already been doing. So, it's a huge subject.
It is a huge subject. I've been following it now for the last couple of weeks because of you, and you go on the web, you go on YouTube, and you find video after related video after related video. And I woke up, looked outside because of the awareness now. I'm aware of it, and I look outside. I run right into my house here, grab my little palm quarter, and start shooting it. And then about a half hour later, the wind had kicked up a little bit, and I kid you not, there was an odor through the air that I have never smelled before in my life. And that right now, as I talk to you, I'm live on the air, I have a headache. And it's unbelievable. I mean, what do we do? I mean, how do we get more people aware, and why are they really doing this? I mean,
well,
don't they need
sir,
our tax money?
What we know, and I appreciate your call. If you see my film Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement, it basically covers everything. It's kind of an encyclopedia. And in there we show, I think it's 20 different mainstream news articles, London Guardian, BBC, Associated Press, where they said, yeah, we took 4,300 U.S. foster children and radiated them to death. And yeah, we took 110,000 Jewish kids and radiated most of them to death. Others we just cooked. And yeah, we took U.S. soldiers and put them in chambers and nerve gassed them to death. And yeah, we sprayed every major U.S. city with unnamed bacteria and then had doctors in the hospitals to track how they died when they came in. And yeah, we did this, and yeah, we did that. So they've already done it all these thousands of times, they admit. I mean, I took a small sampling in that film. And we go, okay, they've done all this over and over again. What could they be doing now?